Hello everyone and welcome to a new video, and today is part 2 of my July haul. So if you haven't seen part 1, I uploaded it on Wednesday and it was just all my CD stuff. So today's is vinyl because it's Vinyl Community Friday, and I will just be going through them all because there is quite a big pile here, so I'm going to start straight away. And if there's anything that you want me to talk about in further detail, let me know and I will talk about it in further detail. So the first one that I acquired was the Steven Wilson Gentle Giant freehand remix. So I actually pre-ordered this and got it the day that it came out. Sadly, it's not the red version, the red vinyl, it's just the standard black, but it sounds good nonetheless. I've actually been really getting into this album. And what's good about this though, it's 2 LPs. So the first one is the original album remixed by not Steven Wilson, and the second one is the Steven Wilson remix. So if that makes any sense, I'll show you that. But this is a fantastic album and one that I am glad that I got because I really enjoy it. Okay, so the second album that I got has got yet another little story. So there was this kind of hippie branch shop that was doing a pop-up shop in Shoreditch. So if you're from the UK or from London in particular, you'll know about Shoreditch. We had a look in the shop, I got a dress and all that kind of stuff. And I was curious to look around the Shoreditch area because I'd never been there before. And I found a record store, a very cool record store. I think it was called Flashback Records. I could be wrong though. And I picked up a very cheap but lovely copy of Demons and Wizards by Uriah Heap. This was about £10, despite the fact it was sealed. It was a sealed album and it was a reissue. And it was only £10. I didn't have to pay that much for a reissue. And this is actually an album that's growing on me quite a lot. It's fantastic. I only knew Easy Living, and listening to the rest of the album, I was so happy that I did because it was fantastic. Rainbow Demon is now my favourite on the album. Okay, as I mentioned in my last video, it was mine and Johan's 2-year anniversary on the 12th of July. So we went into Camden town and we went record shopping and it was very, very fun. So I'm going to show you all the records that we bought on that little spree. We did go a little bit berserk. I already own a copy of Atom Heart Mother, but this is an original copy, I believe, where the text is on the front rather than the no text on the front. And I'd seen a bunch of people on my Instagram and around with this copy and it looked so cool and I wanted it. So I bought it, and I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't too much. I think it was definitely secondhand. But this is an old copy and it's in pretty good nick still. Fantastic album. I am happy that I got it. I was contemplating it for a while, but this one actually does sound very, very good. Almost as good as the one that I've got there, the reissue. Then we got Sweet Freedom by Uriah Heap because I was getting into Uriah Heap at the time of us going. So I was on the lookout for some of their albums, and this was one that I found. I haven't had the chance to listen to this one yet, unfortunately, but hopefully I will at some point because I'm still getting into them. Recently I listened to The Magician's Birthday and I really liked that. So hopefully I will enjoy this, and I've got another one to show a bit later. Next is a long overdue one. I should have got this ages ago, and that is the first Soft Machine album when they were called The Soft Machine. This is amazing. I am a big Kevin Ayers fan, actually. I like his style and his imaginative brain. So this is a great album, a great kickstart to the great band that they would become later on, and they definitely changed their genre a bit more as they went along. They became more of a jazz fusion band over time. This is more like proggy kind of stuff, and it's really, really good, and I love it a lot. Taking a break from progressive rock, I got The Visitors by ABBA. Me and Johan have been listening to a lot of ABBA recently. They're just a great band. They're just a fantastic group, you know. They are my kind of pick-me-up band when I'm not feeling great. I've mentioned this before. And I only have 2 ABBA records. I want to increase that a bit more. We've got Arrival, and now we've got The Visitors, which has got Slipping Through My Fingers, One of Us. You know, it's a great album, and this is quite an old copy as well, but hopefully it plays alright. I have not listened to the vinyl version of this yet, but I have listened to the CD. The CD was good, so hopefully I will enjoy the vinyl. The next one is a very cool one that we found at one of the little stalls in the market. If you're familiar with Camden Market, they've gotten rid of the big outdoor one. Well, because of COVID, it couldn't survive, but they just never put it back up again. And that is this very interesting record here that we weren't actually able to scan into the record collection because it's a bootleg, obviously. But this is outtakes and studio stuff from the Wish You Were Here Animals period of Pink Floyd. So as soon as we came home, we played this one because we were like, I want to know. So there's early versions of Shine On You Crazy Diamond, Dogs, and all that kind of cool stuff. And it is very cool, and it is a great listen. We had a great time listening to it and admiring it. And it's just always interesting to listen to outtakes because, like, this is what it could have been. If you can find this anywhere, if you can find a copy of it, definitely get it. Because for a bootleg, it sounded really, really good. Next up, as I mentioned in my last video, I was getting into ELO quite a lot this month, and I picked up a new world record by ELO. I knew one track from this, which is Telephone Line, and I really love that song a lot, actually. But listening to it quite a lot lately. And it's a fantastic album. It was a great listen. I think that we found this one for quite cheap as well. A lot of these we found in the cheaper bins because I don't really like spending 30, 40 quid on a reissue where I can get it for a lot cheaper in the bargain bins, as I call them. This is a great album. Definitely one to re-listen to at some point. And thank you for all the people who answered my thing on Twitter. I think it was Twitter? Yes, it was Twitter, about where to start with Electric Light Orchestra, because that really helped with where to start. I think a lot of people mentioned this album to start with, so thank you. I really like it. Okay, so as I said, I wasn't going to talk about Record Store Day because I already did a Record Store Day video, but I just want to quickly mention that I did end up getting my copy of Simples by Magma. I was so sad they did not have this in the store. I was not surprised, but hey, it sounded great and I do love it a lot. And this is a numbered one, so this is number 58 of 1,500. Okay, so yesterday, talking about Camden again, me and my dad took a trip to Camden because why not? I wanted to show him the record stores in Camden, and yeah, I kind of was like, come on, let's go, because it'd be fun. So we went to 2 record stores and we got a lot from those 2 record stores. So let's begin. First one here is a bootleg. Another one that I can't log into our collection because there's no barcode or anything on it. But this is a Pink Floyd live bootleg from 1967. There's some great numbers on here. I'll show you that now. And I've really got the Pink Floyd bug at the moment. It usually happens for me and Pink Floyd. I'll listen to them a lot, and then I won't listen to them for a few months, and then I'll come back and listen to them a lot, and then I'll, and the cycle continues. In the same vein, I also got the most recent Roger Waters solo album. I know nothing of this album, but I really did like Amused to Death, so hopefully that this wasn't a dud purchase, because it wasn't that expensive, but I just really hope that I like it. What I've heard, it's meant to be really good. I got Minstrel in the Gallery, as you can see. It's got a sticker on it. I am so mad. I am so mad. As a seller myself, I never stick the price sticker on the album directly. I will stick it on the sleeve here. This person stuck the sticker on the album. I tried very carefully peeling it off, and some of the album cover started peeling, so I had to stick it back down. I'm very angry about that, and it's the same for a couple of these other albums coming up. But this is a fantastic album. I've been meaning to get this on vinyl for a long time because I'm trying to build up my Jethro Tull collection. Yeah, I'm excited because I got this on CD at the Reading Record Fair, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so I mentioned again in my last video about the 80s trio of King Crimson stuff, so I actually found Beat and 3 of a Perfect Pair on vinyl. I am trying so hard to find Discipline. I cannot find it anywhere on vinyl. If someone could direct me a link to get that album, I cannot find it for the life of me on vinyl anywhere. So if someone could help me out, that'd be really great. But I have got these 2, and this is Beat, obviously, and 3 of a Perfect Pair, and this person has stuck the sticker on again, and I tried peeling it off, but it wouldn't work. I tried all the methods of peeling off stickers. It was just removing the album cover with it. These I'm very excited about, because I haven't listened to these albums, and I got them for quite cheap, so that's why I bought them. And I'm also trying to build up my King Crimson collection post-Red, and learn more about King Crimson in the 80s and 90s. I mean, I've listened to Thrack, which is one of their 90s albums, which was really good. So I have high hopes for these couple of albums. I think Discipline is one that's very highly rated. I'm hoping that it lives up to that expectation. Again, more Pink Floyd. I've really gotten the Pink Floyd bug this month. We got Momentary Lapse of Reason and The Final Cut. This I would not usually buy because I listened to it and I thought it was okay, but not worth buying on vinyl. But it was dead cheap, so I thought, why not? Why not? You know, I want to complete my Pink Floyd collection, and as much as this album is not my favourite of the bunch, I want to try and revisit it at some point again. Also, this one, Momentary Lapse of Reason, this is one that I want to revisit as well, because I think I've only ever listened to this a couple of times. Same with The Final Cut. So with these two, I have now officially completed my Pink Floyd studio albums collection. I have everything from the first album, Piper at the Gates of Dawn, up until The Endless River. So I'm now complete. Now I've got to work on the solo stuff. I mean, I'm building up now my Roger Waters collection, so that's one thing, and I got to get into the Dave Gilmour solo stuff. Anyway, besides the point, I got these two for very cheap. I got them in the same store. They looked kind of lonely, so I thought I'd get them. Okay, talking of collections again, I was really into the Alan Parsons project last month, and I still am. Picked up Eve by the Alan Parsons project. I have not listened to this one yet. But again, look, £3. I found this in the bargain bin. There was actually quite a lot of good stuff in that shop in the cheap section. There was a lot of really good stuff. Someone had just traded in a bunch of kind of proggy stuff. It was staring me in the eyes, and I thought, okay, fine, I'll get it. So I got it, and I've got the CD version of this as well from the box set, and I'm hoping to listen to it because I do like the Alan Parsons project, and I really love Alan Parsons as a producer and all that, so hopefully I'll enjoy that one. Okay, going outside of the prog world now into the late 70s, early 80s, new wave genre, we have the Talking Heads. They are one of the very few new wave bands that I actually can safely say that I like. I just love their kind of weirdness, I love everything about them and all that. So I've got one of their other albums. I've got Talking Heads 77. This is more songs about buildings and food. I mean, that alone intrigued me. There is one of their albums that I really want to get, but I've forgotten the name of it. But this one is very good. I really want to listen to this again because I did listen to it a couple of days ago. And it's also produced by Brian Eno, so enough said. I am a Brian Eno fan. Okay, so on Record Store Day, I got the Incantations album by Mike Oldfield, and I found Discovery in the same record store as the Pink Floyd ones. I'm yet to listen to this. It's bad that I kind of bought a lot of these without really knowing much about them, but I can feed back to you once I've listened to them. I know a little bit about this album. I know quite a lot about Mike Oldfield himself anyway, so I like his progression so far. I think my favourite is still Omadorn. It was Tubular Bells for a long time, but once I listened to Omadorn, it kind of changed my opinion. I'm yet to also build up my Mike Oldfield collection because I'm missing quite a lot. There is one that I really want to get, but I can't find, and that is Amarok. So if anyone can help me find that, it's the one that's literally one track long. Okay, again, building up collections. And this is one that I can safely say I have listened to. So this is Craftwork and this is Computer World. This is a fantastic album. This is one that's fairly new to me, and I think the track Computer Love is my favourite. This is sadly not the yellow vinyl reissue. This is just standard black. All the other Craftwork albums we've got one colour vinyl, but this one is not, unfortunately. Definitely want to check out, and it's straying away from progressive rock, but it is very, very good. I'm getting more into electronic music and stuff like that. So there's two here that I have a little backstory to. So we went to one of the record stores. This was the second one we went to, and we got a lot of albums in there. And the guys in the store just said, you know what, we'll knock off a load of the price and you can get these two albums for free. And the albums that we got for free were 90125 by Yes. I have to check every time to make sure that I got the name of that right. 90125 and also Wonderworld by Uriah Heap. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm building up my Uriah Heap collection and listening to more of them lately. This one I'm excited to listen to. I've heard a couple of things from this one and I really like it. And this album, obviously, everyone knows about this one. I actually listened to it recently and I actually quite liked it. You know, it's more than Owner of a Lonely Heart, which I actually like. I do like that song. But, you know, Cinema, Changes, you know, it's a great album. It's not proggy, but it is at the same time, like it's fantastic. Anything that's got Chris Squire on it, I trust. But those two I actually managed to get for free. So again, these two, I can't get the stickers off here without the cover peeling off. And the very, 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 very last album of the month. I know nothing about this group. I know a little bit because they are a Canterbury scene band. This is National Health. They're a Canterbury scene group. That's all I know. And a lot of people have been recommending them to me. I picked up this album and I was hoping that it was the right National Health and it wasn't like a different band. It's got Dave Stewart, so I kind of knew, yep, this is the album. I have not listened to this yet, and I have not listened to any of their albums, but I thought I'd just get it because I wanted to try it out, and I'm a big Canterbury scene fan. If I do, I will probably obtain more of their albums. So this is National Health. I think they've only ever done a couple of other albums, but it's exciting to just kind of buy something that you know like a little bit about and see if you like it. So that is the end of my July haul. Let me know what you guys have got this month. Again, if there's anything that you want a closer look into, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. There is also some new merch in the store. Please check it out because it's really, really cool. And all my social medias are in the description, all that, etc. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Saturdays with Dad. Bye!